Well, I've been out of commission for a long time, and it's because I've had a new boiler put in my room. Well, it was my boy's bedroom originally, and I've changed it into a sort of den. And I've been using it for everything, so I thought I'd better spruce it up. And I got a new table and a couple of other new things, and I've just got around to doing a couple of things. I've just started to get back to normal again, and I've got no idea where I used to put things, because I seem to have less room now than I had before. God knows where I put anything. Anyway, my friend's been on at me and asking me about some of the battles between the Scottish and the English in the 1400s, 1300s, 1200s and things like that, in the battles of supremacy. And it was battles in Yorkshire, and I got a few things. There was a few places like Stamford Bridge and Marston Moor and Battle of Leeds, Tadcaster and the Battle of Hull and things like that, and the Battle of the Standard, which is one he asked me for. And I normally send him in little pamphlets because he doesn't read much more than pamphlets. Anyway, to cut a long story short, he doesn't like the books that I make. He's not interested in books as such, he's only interested in information. And this one here, I've just made this one. It's just something I printed off. I think it was about 178 pages or something like that. Yeah, no, it wasn't a PDF file. I think I took it down from Gutenberg. And it's Yorkshire Battles by Edward Lamplugh. You can pick it up from Gutenberg Press. And you've got to mess about with it, of course, and I've changed it to 16 points, so all the pages have gone into different things. I think it was about 100 and something pages in 12 point. It was just over the 100 pages, or 120 or something like that, 126. And the pages don't match up at all now, because I had to change the point because his eyesight's failing. Anyway, I didn't want to do anything spectacular, and I've turned it into a... It's just a perfect, what you call a perfect bind. And a perfect bind is just the ends glued, the back glued, and then you put the back pages on, and that's sort of it. Well, I usually put a Fablon cover on, but he's not even interested in the Fablon cover, because as soon as he's ready, he'll just dump it. And unless he gives it to somebody, I don't know how many people that have got interest in Yorkshire battles. It's not a big thing. I've got copies of the thing, but I mean, it interests me because I'm from Yorkshire. But I've only stitched the book up, and I put a cross stitch in the back. I put a cross stitch on the spine, because normally when you do these, you've got to put a bit of hessian across, not hessian, a bit of tape. I usually put 2 bits of tape in at the back, which you do for a standard book, but I didn't even bother to do that on this one. All I did was just a crossover stitch while I was stitching along on 3 of the things, and it held the book together, and it's good enough for the length of time that he's going to read it, and I'm quite happy with it. And one good thing about it, well, it will open flat. If you press it down, it will open flat. It's quite easy to open flat. It's better than a normal perfect bind, and I wouldn't know what you call it. It is a stitched in book, but it hasn't got the tapes in. But I did put a bit of mull on the back there. I cut it exactly to size, because they tell you to cut it after, but it's pointless trying to cut it after, because you cut half the book off while you're doing it. It's fatal. So what I do, I cut the mull just to about less than the size, and then stuck it on, and it seems to work perfectly. And you can see from the back there that things have gone in quite well. I haven't bothered too much with it, but because I don't think my friend's all that bothered about the things. Anyway, unless he gets it wet, it'll be okay, because it's only a bubble jet printer I'm using. And to do anything better, I'd have to get myself a laser printer in with colour, and I think that would be a bit expensive for me to run. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, He's not complained about them, so as long as they hang up. And you can see my colours have been running out on this side. That's the original cover of the book. I think the book is 1891, so it's well over the 100 years old. It's about 120 odd years old, yeah. So yeah, 91, 2000, yeah, 100 odd years old. So that's what I've been doing with that. And the other one was, I did a little video on the internet, and what I did was, I made a mistake. And when I was doing a video, because I said on it, somebody took not a lot of people, a couple of people asked me if I'd do I asked, I said, if you want me to make a video of this, you've got to ask me to do it, because I'm not fussy about. I don't mind doing videos like this one that I'm doing now, just off the cuff things. I don't think about what I'm going to say or anything. But if I've got to deliberate and do things, that's quite hard. That's quite hard work. And I usually make cock-ups and things like this, and I'm not a Sage Reynolds or any of these other guys that do it very good. So what I did was I'd already got part of the book or the box made. These boxes here, which I make myself. And I'd already got the outside of the box already done, but I hadn't covered it. So all I've been doing just recently is covering the book up. So this is the book. When the other part of the video is on the YouTube, and this is the other bit where I've actually, you'll remember it from the yellow insert inside. And this one I've put a little label inside, because my daughter writes in who's it to and things like that. If I send it to anybody, I don't know who I'm going to send it to, so I'll leave them blank. And these are just they're just little jam labels, and I try and square them up as much as I can. And when they're written in, they look quite nice. They're quite thingy. And I don't know whether I put it in the book, but this was just a book I made to make the box, so as I could show it on the. Yeah, I put one in here as well. So there's one inside there, so that can be written in. And this is just it's just a notebook with about 300 odd pages, I think. I think I did this on the 29th of September. Well, I did do it on 29th of September 2013. So I've had it quite a while, and it's not really well made. It's backed. You can see there it's backed, and it's got the everything jumps up in my mind. Yeah, I can't. It's just escaped me. The little sewn in bits at the end, the cosmetic bits there, and I put a ribbon on and things like this, and headbands. That's what they're called, headbands. It's a headband, yeah. And I put a little bit of a marble cover inside, and it's just a little notebook for somebody who needs a notebook, really. Really. So it's nothing special, and so that's what I turned the box into. And I use the grey because I've got several colours. I've got grey and maroon and brown and blue and reds. And this was the grey one. And I will call it Buckram. It's a Buckram paper. It's not Buckram. I get it from Ratswoods. Not in London. It's Chester. I think they're at Chester. I think somewhere like that. And I get all my bits and pieces from them. And this is the cheapest I can buy. I buy the cheapest, and it's very hard, and it looks as though it's hard wearing. I don't know whether it'll stand up to for date or finger marks or anything like that, but I shouldn't imagine these last long anyway. They're just boxes to put things in. So there we are. That's what I've been doing. And if anybody's interested how we make the boxes in them, I've done that. I've done a video on that. But if anybody wants to know how I make these things, the books, and I usually make them with a Fablon cover on, and I've done a few, but I haven't had much reception of them, so I should imagine it's not something people want. So I won't make one of them until somebody asks me, and I don't want to do anything that people don't want. Anyway, I shall stop there, and that's what I've been doing up to late.